Is this bitch on? Y'all, when I tell you I've been trying to configure this shit for like a half an hour now. Cause it'll work. And then it won't. Like it's only picking up my mic on my laptop and not the mic itself. And before you say, have you gone to settings, put your input and output devices correct? Yes. It ain't doing nothing. Nothing. So we're gonna use this as a prop if it ain't working. Cause I just wanted to talk. At the end of the day, I just wanted to talk. And the more I keep messing with this, the more frustrated I am, and then I'm not gonna make the video. But I just wanted to come on and share my thoughts in general about my own feelings and my own history. And maybe it'll resonate with you, maybe it won't. But first, hi, hey, hello. I'm Jana, and this is To a Safe Space, where I utilize this safe space to get anything off my chest, share anything that's on my mind. Right now, friendships. Friendships. Yay. But speaking of those, it's just, what do you take away from friendships? What do you learn from friendships? I personally have gone through a lot of different types of friendships, but I know at the end of it, the one thing I do take away and that I do enjoy is those good memories and those lessons that come along with it. I've had some events happen in some recent moments where it had made me think about what exactly am I doing and how exactly I'm seeing myself and how does that affect the people around me. It's weird to sit and explain to a stranger, hey strangers, who exactly I am or how I'm perceived when I honestly the past 4 years haven't had a clear statement of who the fuck I am. You know, meeting new people, enjoying people, I have to go off of what I think about myself to present myself. And for a while now, it was shy. It was emotional. It was nice. But I've been having trouble resonating as deeply with those words as I used to before. Because when I look at the past, obviously, when you're carrying so much shame and hurt around you, looking into the past, you can only focus on the flaws of yourself, the things that you didn't like, the regrets. And it's easy to fall into that hole and drown yourself in all this self doubt and these self perceptions that's just negative, right? But I'm gonna tell you, today I got in contact with somebody, a good friend of mine that we happened to drift apart, haven't kept contact, but she said something to me that made me have to sit down, physically sit down, and open up an old yearbook from school and retract those memories that I've been suppressing for so long. And that era where I felt like I was nothing but obnoxious, emotional, and a problem for people, and realize I was a leader. I was confident. I was authentic. And those are three things now that I felt like I know is deep in me. But I had no clue how to tap right back into that. You know? Cuz there's one saying of you can never be you can never be what you once was. Nothing will ever be the same. But for 4 years now, I've been sitting here and wondering, like, how did I lose this? Did I ever have it in the first place? What is this, actually? Y'all, I was born a bad bitch and still am. And that's a shock to me. that's, that's a shock to me. My friend, she was saying, like, I reached out to her and I was saying how there was something on my mind that I just wanted to talk about and apologize for because I felt like it was so inappropriate at the time. It was a stupid high school joke. And mind you, we're kids. And for years, it was on my head about it. And I was like, you know what? This is the day where I'm just going to finally say something. Because beforehand, I was like, there's really no point. There's no point to recontact this. No point to contact this. But lo and behold, divine timing. Today was the day to talk about it to them. And they just was, I'm like, I hate that it was on your mind because it completely was not on mine. And it's funny. It's funny because, of course, I ruminate on a lot of shit. A lot of shit that has nothing to do with me. But even then, she still took the time to say, but I remember the good things. I remember I was grateful to have you as my friend. I remember I admired how you always spoke your mind. You were always so nice. And I'm reading this shit, y'all. And I'm like, really? You mean that? What? Like, and it hit me so hard to realize, like, whoa, no, I really was someone who spoke up. No, I really was someone who had no shame to get up and just do a fucking bust a mean dance combo for no reason. I was someone who had no problem busting out into a song because life was a musical. You know? Those little things that I somehow painted as obnoxious due to the outlook of somebody else. And forget that was the whole fucking point. If it felt good then, why can't it feel good now? Made me realize there was moments where I was a leader. You know, I've been writing in my journal lately how I haven't taken the lead to do what I want. I haven't taken the lead to express myself. It's this itch that I cannot scratch so far in these past years where I'm the husk of who I once was. Why am I so timid? Why am I so repressed? Why am I this and the third? And trust, trauma. For the lack of better words, that's what it was. But I was so entrusted with that trauma that I completely forgot this whole perception of me that is everything I want to be. I want to be a leader. I want to be authentic. I want to be the realest motherfucker in the room because I am. I just want to be. I'm going to be no Black Eyed Peas, you know? Like, having that said to me, and then going back and looking to a yearbook, and I see all these kind words. It's not just hags, love you so much. It's genuine people, real people, who are taking time to write in the book, hey, I remember this time when I first met you, and you changed this moment for me, and you gave me this, you inspired me for this, you helped me with this, and I thank you for that. It makes me sit and ask, who the fuck am I exactly? But not in the tone of, who the fuck am I? And that tone shift is really what lights the passion in me to simply be. All my life, y'all, I was just a kid who just loved to smile. I loved to see people smile. I wanted to be joy, though I was faced with a lot of things. And that part in itself, to realize that I was faced with a lot of things that had rightfully so took away a smile that I once showed. But still be able to persevere, even with scars, and be recognized and seen as someone who not only put in effort, but led a way out. That means a lot to me. That means so much to me. Because these past 4 years has been such a reflection on the things I hated about myself. Things that I kind of grew to recognize because someone kept pointing it out, or someone kept putting me in a position where I had to internalize their insecurities and make it into mine because I couldn't fix it. If that makes sense. Let me reiterate. 4 years, y'all, I became someone who was just a shadow of herself. Shadow self, if you will. Wow, that comes full circle, but we'll get into that in another chapter. But really just not someone bad and hateful and mean. This goddamn mic is really pissing me off. But I didn't turn into the Grinch. I didn't turn into a hateful person. I just turned into a very sad version of myself where it was really hard for me to see myself in a light that other people saw me. And believe it. Trust that throughout those 4 years, I still learned self-love, and I'm able to look in the mirror and look at myself and go, hey girl. And I'm gonna have to put y'all right here because it ain't working. So enjoy this angle. But seriously, it's just the fact and the recognition. Is that a word? I think so. Of who are you? Because it's not necessarily a question that has to be so overly explained. That was the lesson I had to learn about myself. Is I don't have to sit here and be able to be like, well, I'm Jada. I am 23 years old. I reside in such and such, such, and I am this, that, and that, and the third. I don't have to do all that. I just have to simply be. And a lot of things that make me, there's a lot of things that make me and helps me be. You know, this shadow self and my past self. I'll never be the same. And that's a sad truth. It is. It's a very sad truth. A truth that I had to mourn a long time. But to know that the steps are already in me, the traits are already in me, it's just feeling safe to apply it now is the only task I have now. Cause y'all, I wish y'all knew just the details of what exactly was stolen from me. I feel, but at the end of the day, I am someone who is being. I am someone who is learning. I am someone who is trying. I was someone who was trying. I was someone who was learning. I was someone who was being. I will be someone who is trying. I will be someone who is learning. And I will be someone who is just being. Y'all hear what I'm putting out? But I say all this to say, and I ask you this. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Who are you exactly? Go out to your friends. Tell them how grateful you are for them to be the reflection of your greatness. Go out and tell your friends just how grateful you are to having their impact in your life. Who knows, you may have the conversation to hear just how much you impacted them. The whole point, I feel like, at least for me in my life, I always want change. I always want impact. And I don't necessarily mean that in a sense of pop culture sense or fast virality. I just want to give. And I gave. I gave. It was giving. It was giving. It gave. Giving it was. And I don't fault myself for those reasons. But I have learned what exactly to give. And how to give right back to me. And have a trust in my identity. A trust in my personality to know that while I'm doing this, as in living, the impacts will come along the way. There was never a time in my life so far where I haven't impacted somebody. There hasn't been a time in my life where I haven't persevered through something. I haven't led something. You know? Like, these traits, these things that I dream and crave and aspire are already within me. It's just a matter of expressing it. It's just a matter of tapping in. Which is hard. It is. It's hard to get right back on this boat that I feel like sunk for a reason, you know? But I'm trying. And that's what makes me so happy. That's what makes me smile so big now. I'm trying. Who knows what's gonna happen next? And it's not for me to think about, because trust, this brain is too big for my own good. but I'm trying. And it all starts with it just recognizing who I am. I think that's pretty poetic. That's really it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. But dude, feel free to type in the comments. Vent in the comments. I'm all I got is time to listen. Tell me, who are you? What do you want to be? Who are you being? What impact do you feel like you have? And trust, impact sometimes doesn't feel positive. Sometimes you feel like, man, I traumatized a person and that impacted them badly. You recognize it, talk about it. Not saying like, oh no, you right. Girl, I don't know what the hell you did. I don't know what you did, but what did you learn from that? Who are you being from that? Who are you becoming? I made that video finding out the mic worked the entire time. I just sat away from it because I gave up on it. That's stupid, ain't it? But I found something to hold my laptop so it won't do that dumb shit anymore. But who knows? who, who knows? Anyway.